Tell me why the sky's blue. Tell me why this money is green. Now Lord, please, tell me why I do these things to make tea. Now yell at me. They kick me out of church, cause I just don't listen. Always fall asleep when the preacher is preaching. Not my fault, I do love God, but on Saturday nights I be all up on.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Thank you for tuning in to the #1 podcast in the world. Whyuce? I'm your host, Puni, and today your Oos is riding solo. Yeah, man, I want to give this a try. See how it goes. Hopefully I keep my listeners entertained, educated, and learn something new. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what educated is, right? But yeah, man, let's go ahead and give this a try. You got your own man, your own host, your solo, your Oos, Puni, man. And today we're just going to discuss a few things, man. Just what you're going to hear from this episode is my transition from moving from South Carolina to Kentucky. Probably one of the maybe like 0.1% of Polynesians who are moving out here in this, what is this, the South? So move from one South, close to Florida, to a little bit right in between the South and the Midwest, which is Kentucky. For the polys out there who are not familiar or good with their geography, you know what I'm saying? Just Google it or just look it on the map. You'll find me. You'll see where I'm at. Few things, man. Just want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to everybody out there who's been tuning in and been leaving feedback. I appreciate that because it's, this podcast thing, when I initially started, it was all fun and dandy, right? And then after a while, when you start doing it, man, I'm like, well, this is going to be episode 45. It gets challenging, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize getting into podcasts will be like this. So that's what I'm going to talk about, y'all. It's going to be, I'm going to talk about my move. That's what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about, I guess, the transition to podcast, why I wanted to do this and why I'm doing this. And then just probably a few of my favorite things that just comes out my dome. You know what I'm saying? Pop out of the head. But we're going to jump right to it, y'all. Why, Oos? So again, for my listeners who's been listening and tuning in for the past 6 months, as you know, Puni Moore has moved to a different state. And I'm finally settled in. But the past 2 months, I've been with the family, my wife and kid. We've been in the hotel. And at times, it may sound appealing, because everything's paid for when it comes to food-wise. And yeah, pretty much. The food in the hotel, the job that we took on pays for all that. But man, staying in a hotel for 2 months in a confined space, you start to realize the importance of why whoever back then decided to create this thing called bedrooms in a house, specifically in a West Coast or Western atmosphere, right? Why they decided that it's important to have your own room and your own space. I mean, don't get it wrong. We love each other, right? The wife and kids, we love each other. But damn, let's keep it real, y'all. Can you really spend 2 months in a confined space with your loved ones the whole time? If you can, good for you, man. That's what's up. But for Puni Moore, man, I need my spot. I need my space, as you know. There's been some times that Puni Moore didn't get to drop some episodes because, wifey and kid did. But I digress. But yeah, man, that's where I'm at. Them 2 months, it was great. The food, what did I get out of it? Let's talk about the positive stuff. Let me talk about this positive thing about enjoying this privilege of getting, your food paid for and your room paid for, right? The only thing you had to pay out of pocket was gas and the other stuff. But as far as when it comes to living quarters and a place and always, food to eat, it was all covered. So the benefit, the plus, you get to test all restaurants, right? You get to test all the restaurants in the area to see which ones, if it is true what the ratings or the reviews are saying about these restaurants, if they are a 5-star, 4-star, which side note, a lot of those stuff is incorrect according to my own calculations from my own judgment when I tasted the food. But then again, everybody to each its own, right? Everybody got their own taste buds, man. So don't hold me to it. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that what I say is what it is, because obviously it probably ain't to a lot of y'all. But anyways, that's the plus of it, man. Just the blessings of eating out whenever you want to. There's no better feeling when you just wake up in the morning. Doesn't matter what time, wake up in the morning knowing that you didn't have to go cook yourself some eggs, scrambled, fried, however you want your eggs. You didn't have to go get ready with the batter. If you're a cooker, if you're a person that cooks, because in my home, Puni Moore is a chef, baby. I'm the chef. You know what I'm saying? So as a man that loves to cook and stuff, I'll take that off. I don't like to cook. It's an obligation. You hear what I'm saying, Oos? Yeah. So the feeling of just waking up, knowing that there's already some good breakfast ready for you is a blessing, yo. And that's the benefit. That was one of the positive things of this 2 months living at a hotel, is knowing that there'll always be some fresh breakfast. What else? You ain't got to clean or make your bed. You ain't even got to clean up your room because you got, housekeeping that will come and clean that up. You ain't got to worry about the towels and all that stuff. All that gets cleaned up for you. So it's like living kind of like a king, like a chief, like a president, so to speak. You know what I mean? Enjoying that amenity of, or just the pleasure of just waking up, washing your ass, and then get ready, whatever you want to wear, and then just go about your way, do whatever you got to do, and come back and to a brand new room. It's like a reset button. You know what I'm saying? You know how you hit a reset on any kind of thing, whether you're on a computer, a TV, a phone, everything goes back to the default setting. That's how life was for me for the past 2 months when it comes to waking up in the morning for breakfast, coming back to the hotel, and the room's already fixed for you. I'm talking about the bed, the linen has been changed, the towel sets, all that shenanigans. So that was the positive side, baby. And then what else is a good thing about that? I mean, shoot, can you, hello? The internet, Wi-Fi, what is it? Football, it's football season, was able to watch my team, ain't got to do the whole streaming, trying to go online and try to find some free stuff because Puni Moore does not believe in paying for cable. So a lot of time when I'm watching the game, I got to go stream out there. I got to go find these streaming companies or whoever users that be posting live events when it comes to NFL, NBA. I'm saying, here I am ratting myself out, but it's all good. So yeah, man, that's the positive thing about getting the perks of the company paying for your move. Yeah. Just talking about it just makes me realize how grateful I don't mean not to sound ungrateful, but I will break down the positive and the negative of when you're in a 2-month move that's paid for, the plus and the negative of it. Another thing is the positive is restaurants, right? So you get to eat at any kind of restaurant, baby. Any restaurant, fast food, sit down, dine in, take out. So I was able to do all that. Now you will think, right? You will think that I would make a channel off of that, like a food eater, right? Like what's his name? Oh boy, with the little dude with the dreadlocks, Keith Lee, right on TikTok. Yeah, It's not my thing, y'all. Man, here's side note. Just because you see other people on social media doing something that you think Puni Moore should do too, doesn't mean Puni Moore has the energy or the time of day to do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Food Network channels and stuff like that, that's not my thing, bro. I do like to eat. I just don't have the patience to critique the food that I'm, getting served. I'm gonna blame it on my dad. I'm gonna blame it on my pops. You know what I'm saying? As you know, Puni Moore, I would never be to hold myself accountable for anything. So I gotta blame somebody else of why I am the way I am. And this part of like why I can't be a food critic or have a channel like Keith Leak or whatever F his name is. You know who I'm talking about. If you don't know, Guy So Smooth, post it on the link. You know what I'm saying? Or or display it on our channel, whatever you always say. We'll drop it on the link, whoever I'm talking about. Keith Lee, the little mildy dude with the dreadlock looking hair thing. But anyways, before I lose myself, what I was saying was, I blame my pops, right? Because not only my pops, I also blame my older brother. Because when I was young, we used to sit on a dinner table. My pops we're not a family where you sit on the table, the dinner table, and start conversating, talking while you're eating. That slow, you chew, you let it, you savor the taste, and you chew it down, and you have conversation with your family. No, that's not Puni Moore's dinner table. As soon as that food is set down, my pops just digs right in. Doesn't even talk. Sometimes it only takes my pops 5 minutes to eat his food or less. Doesn't talk. He doesn't believe in talking and eating. Samoan said, in other words, I ain't got time to talk while I'm trying to eat. In our home, it made a lot of sense, baby, because that's what the food is. That's what dinner time was for, right? When you got to eat, you eat. Shut the fuck up and just eat. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, while that's going on, then you got my big oos, my big bro at the time when I was young. This mother effer used to kill his food so fast in like 2 minutes. Then he will turn, and just start digging from my plate, picking from my plate, grabbing the food that I want to eat. So, obviously inside more and just anywhere else, your older brother, your bigger brother will always whoop your behind. You get what I'm saying? That's your first bully in life. But let me get to the story here. So because of that my father, who doesn't talk on the dinner table, just eats, and then you have the addition of my older brother, who eats his food, pretty much swallow his food, then reaches over, start picking off my plate. It built this muscle memory for many years of me just eating so quick. You get what I'm saying? So I'm at the point where I'm just like my father. You know what I'm saying? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, baby. Only 5 minutes. I ain't got time to talk to you. So if you ever sit with Puni Moore, FYI, if you ever have a time to have lunch with Puni Moore, breakfast, dinner, whatever, just know that we ain't going to have a conversation. It's going to be and done. You get what I'm saying? See how quick that was? That's eating, and then let's have a conversation afterwards. So that's why, long story short, that brings up the conclusion why Puni Moore could not, my man or my sister, could not be a critic when it comes to food. Although I've been to all restaurants these past 2 months, you name it. You name the culture, the race of it. We're talking about American, Indian, Asian, European, you name it, Caribbean, all the map of the world. Puni Moore has tasted what this area that I live in has to offer, from the corporate chains to like Cheesecake Factory, Texas Roadhouse, to all those ones, what is it? Those ones, Chili's, those standard ones, right? Then to the fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, you name it, BK, all of them, Panda Express, the list goes on. to the fancy home restaurants, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not going to shout out the name because I don't really want to put out where I'm at right now, just for security purpose, you know what I mean? But yes, so that's the whole reason. With all that said, that is the reason why Puni Moore does not do food critic, you know what I'm saying? But again, going back to the benefit of living at a hotel for 2 months, that's paid from the job, you know, because obviously we moved here because of a promotion. And these past 2 months, we've been living in a hotel, and it was paid for, the food and the whole room. So that's the benefit. Now, I think that's everything I can cover when it comes to the benefit of it. Can't beat that, right? Now we're talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just in case you're all curious. Yep. Even if you was to go to like just Starbucks to get a drink, right? Or even if you at grocery store, anything that has to do with food, that all the company covers all that. You know, it's like it's a company card. They give you the company card in case people are questioning, well, how they take care of you, Puni Moore? They give you a company card, man. It's just, so in other words, like you getting pimped out. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much what it was, man. It's like we had a daddy of our own, which is the corporate that gave us a promotion, that gave us their card to go ahead and get what we wanted. You know what I'm saying? While we were in the search of looking for a home, which you see, for those that are tuning in on YouTube or watching it live, you see my background. This is my home. We're finally settled in. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to y'all for tuning, for following the trend of whyuce host Puni Moore with his movie. It was long, but it's finally here, man. We're finally ready to go. And now let's talk about the negative part of staying in the confined space, because that's where I was bitching about, you know? Why, ooze? That's number one. Waking up in the same room. Well, I think that came out wrong. Just not able to have your own space, man. You see the space I got right here? I can even take my equipment up to one of the bedrooms, you know what I'm saying, and record, you know, and enjoy, have a good time to myself. There are times where a husband and a wife or kids, where we all just don't want to see each other. You know what I'm saying? It could be whatever scenario. Just, you know, you have that, you know, you ever have that feeling where you just wake up one day or out of the day, you'll be like, today, I just want to be left alone. You know, when that moment happens to anybody, not just myself, there's a group of us that have that feeling where you just want to be left alone. You want to be able to just have a room to yourself, right? But for the past 2 months, oh man, all three of us, you know what I'm saying? Me, my wife and kid, none of us had that alone privacy time to ourselves. And we was getting on each other's nerves. We didn't even have to say it. You ever just sit there with your partner and you could just feel the vibration of irritation on each other? You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to say nothing. You know, it's just like you just moody. And it ain't even your partner why you mad. You just mad because that's just how life is, right? Our feelings just tend to change you know, ain't nobody in this world that your feelings or your sense or whatever you're feeling changes every second. Everybody, I believe, at least human being, has a sensor of where their mood changes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the bad thing about it. And then another bad thing about living in the hotel for 2 months is the breakfast that I complimented. Man, that gets tiring. You get what I'm saying? It's like you know what I'm talking about, folks. When you're talking about, if your household for breakfast, let's just say you eat scrambled eggs, 365 days, you're going to get tired of it. Well, at least if you are an American citizen. Because if you're, like when I was raised in Samoa, shoot, I was grateful, y'all. I didn't know any better. So, you know, 365 days scrambled eggs, shoot, I was good with it. You know, but then when I came to the land of free, to the land of opportunities and the land that offered so many choices, you know, it didn't vibe right, man. You ate the same eggs, which I believe is like powder eggs at the hotel. You know, The bacon felt like it was paper bacon. You know what I mean? I'm just like, dang, got tired of it. Got tired of eating the same thing. But I was trying to remind myself to go back, Puni more, go back into time when you didn't have none of this and be grateful and just eat them crappy ass eggs and bacon. And you know what? I ate them because I knew at the end of the day that was going to help fulfill my need, which is what? The hunger. Take away the hunger. Another bad thing. Here's another bad thing about living in a hotel for 2 months. You put on weight. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I don't know if I'm the only one, I believe, but you ever find yourself when you're in a hotel, they do have a gym over there, but you don't use it? I'm that type. You know, my eyes are motivated when I see it, like, oh, I'm gonna go work out. But then, I don't know, man, it feels like it's just like a window shop. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent say, man, use a window shopper. Well, that's how the way I look at it when it comes to gym sets that's in the hotel. It's just there to look good, to make me motivated. One of these days, I'm going to come into that gym, which I had, right? I had. But I haven't put out any, what is it? I didn't go ham on it. I didn't go crazy on it like Dwayne Johnson, lifting weight and all that stuff. No, I just went in there just to try to find a space where I can record the podcast. Because if you follow Puni more on whyuce, you notice that my recording session for the past maybe 5 or 6 or even 8 episodes, the volume of mine changes, and some of them I was recording in the gym. But yeah, the negative. That's another negative. You put on weight because you just eat, man. You beat. All I can say is the way I look at it. It's like them kings in Europe. You know what I'm saying? When you see them pictures and documentaries of the royalties back then, even like in Rome, you notice that they're all fat, right? They're all big, heavy set because they were fed well. They didn't have to move. They always had somebody pamper them, wipe their boogers, wipe their tush. You know what I'm saying? Wash them, give them some head. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So that's the way Puni Mo was living. You know what I'm saying? I was just enjoying life. Did I have all those kind of benefits? No, I didn't. But in my head, it felt like I was being treated like royalty. You know, waking up in the morning, bro. You know, sometimes it's just good to just wake up in a white robe and just butt naked. You know what I'm saying? Just like stretch your arms out, be like, thank you, Lord, for this day. Because you know, you ain't got to labor. At least I knew at that time I did not have to labor. But we're talking about the negative side, y'all. So sticking to the negative side. So the confined space is one. Weight gain. You gain weight. Number 2. Number 3, you get tired of eating the same breakfast because, of course, they always have the same breakfast served. That was about it, yo. That was about it. That is my my gripes or story about this whyuce, about hotel and putting more living experience for the past 2 months. Whyuce. And then what else did I say I was going to talk about? I think that's I'm gonna leave it at that, yo. I'm just gonna leave it at that right now. You know, some updates. I just want to give y'all some updates. I do have some new hosts that are coming through that I can't wait to sit down and have a conversation with going forward. And then my man J Bid, I can't wait for J Bid to get on, and we are going to talk more about the financial side and his kind of trade, which is it's something excited to tune into, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I believe I got everything out there, y'all. I think this is I feel good about this take, man. If you have any comments, man, leave a comment, drop it. Let me know. Do you enjoy Puni more having a solo, or do you just prefer Puni more to stick to having guest host, you know what I'm saying, co-host on here? And then also, if you do want to sit down with Puni more, reach out to me. You can find me on Puni more on the Instagram, YouTube, whyuce. I'm all over, YouTube, TikTok, and yada, yada, yada. But the main one, if you really want to, if you can't find Puni more, just look under WEFOBZ that I keep promoting. WEFOBZ, WEFOBZ. IO. What is IO? Shit, I don't know. Intelligent. I don't know. It's just something that's almost the same as .com, but it's a IO. Whyuce. But yep, that's all I got right now, man. I'm trying to think if I have anything else as far as updates. Nope, just continue to tune in to our WEFOBZ. And thanks for tuning in to whyuce. And again, man, till next time, I'm your host, Puni Moore, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.
They kick me out of church, cause I just don't listen. Always fall asleep when the preacher is preaching. Not my fault, I do love God, but on Saturday nights I be all up on God. Trying to save the world with the homies. My KD rising with my homies. Playing 2K with my homies. Jumping on Madden with the homies.